All right, so I've been having a really, really difficult July, to say the least. Um, I don't want to say everything that could go wrong has gone wrong because it just sounds cliche, but it's been pretty crappy. And I've been getting weary, and, I definitely didn't fall away from my faith, but it was low. Like, the energy was low. Just you just get tired of, you know, I guess chasing dates. And I know the body of Christ knows what I feel like to a certain extent. Because you just want to get out of here. You're just tired of this place. And it seems like nobody understands. Like everybody thinks I'm probably weird or crazy as far as like the people that I know in my immediate circle. But I don't know, man. I just been getting I'm just fed up. I'm just exhausted. I'm over it. I'm over existence, right? It's like I don't want to exist. If this is what life is, if this whatever this is, I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to participate in it. And the theme for my life is I don't want to exist. You know what I mean? And I always go back to like I never asked to be created because if I asked to be created, that means I existed before I existed. So in my mind, I'm just like, I don't know why I was forced to exist against my will. Basically, now that I exist and I know that I exist, I'm not enjoying my existence. I hate it so much that I wish I was never created. And I'm always asking God, like, you got all these people, you got 7 billion souls, or however many people existed or have existed throughout the beginning. Why do I have to participate? Why do I have to be here? And it's not, and I can't talk to nobody because nobody understands. They're like, oh, people have it way worse than you. And I'm like, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Excuse me. It's not just, it's not me saying poor me, like, oh, my life's so bad. It's just the fact that I see so much evil. I see so much suffering. You know what I mean? Like I know there's people that have it way worse than me, and I feel bad for them that they have to exist. I feel bad that we all have to go through this. You know what I mean? It's just been such man. I just can't. You just can't put it into words, and nobody really understands unless you're really picking up the cross and going through the persecution. People don't understand persecution. I think when you say persecution, they automatically think like, oh, you're not getting tortured or beat and you're not like locked in a prison cell. And it's deeper than that, man. It's so deep. It's deep. It's just deep on a spiritual level to where no matter where you go, people are evil towards you. They just look at you with evil and hatred in their heart. They look at you, their mind is made up that they don't like you. They don't ever have to even get close to you. They could be 30 feet away from you. Just as long as that you're in the range for them to look at you, they don't like you. And I just can't handle it. Like, a lot of people are going through this that are waiting for Christ to return. They definitely know what I'm talking about. But I would say 99.9% of the population has no idea. So it just makes it more of a lonely path because there's nobody that you can talk to about it. And for a while I wondered like how come there's nobody. I don't have a friend on this journey, right? Like I'm just thugging it out on my own basically. And I guess that's the way salt works. You don't pile salt onto like, you know, on your plate into just one little pile and just leave it there. You shake it and spread it around. So I lost my job, and there's really no explanation for it other than the fact that it's demonic. Some type of glitch the in the system for, everything's on computers these days. So that happened, and it happened, last week, and it's the end of the month, and the bills and rent's due. And like most people, I live check to check. So you take a week away from me, you take a couple of days away from me, it destroys everything, because I'm so broke, I'm so poor that that I if I miss a couple hours in a day off a work shift, I don't eat a meal or I don't pay a utility bill. Oh yeah, let me tell you about that too. And then my utilities are being threatened to be cut off. You know what I'm saying? My electric and gas. And then other bills are coming out of my account that I don't even know what they are. And then now you got to fight because everybody has access to your bank account, so people would just take money out of your bank, and now you got to fight with the bank and try to prove to the bank that you don't know what this is. And it's just problems after problems after problems after problems. I'm just sick of it. So as soon as I lost my job, the next day I started a job. At the end of that day, I lost that job. Go figure. Again, somebody, like, these companies they're such big companies that there's no supervisors. It's like a call center. So whoever answers the phone, they have access to your account. They feel like being evil. They shut you down. You'll never get them back on the phone. And it's just, cat and mouse game, trying to find them, which you'll never find them. You'll never find somebody that can, correct their situation. So whatever they did is set for a certain time. And I don't even want to talk about it because I'm just getting upset. And I don't know. Then yes, I started another job. I skipped a day, Sunday. So I lost my job on Friday, started another job on Saturday, lost that job at the end of Saturday, was so exhausted with dealing with everything. On Sunday I gave up, you know. And I wish I could keep the Sabbath day holy, but I got bills to pay. It's just impossible. And so Monday I started another job, right? I've been going on interviews after interviews. And that's a process. And then you try to go take the drug test. Then the dude at the drug test place, all of a sudden, he ran out of kits and they're back ordered and he can't. It's just been so many issues, right? So everything has been shut down. And this is why I've been mad at God. Because I'm like, God, where are you at? I fasted, I prayed, I fasted again, I prayed, and what are we supposed to do? Fast and pray, and then nothing's happening. So yeah, you lose faith. You're just tired. You're like, God, you don't even care about me, And then you're seeing all these people go like, oh, I got a rapture dream, I'm going home, and it just gets you disgusted. And you're like, well, I guess I'm not going. I guess I'm going to be left behind. Well, I hope I die soon, because there's no escape from this place. It's just constant torture and harassment and bad news and no success and everything doesn't work. And it's just, I'm sick of it. And I don't want to deal with this crap no more. And I'm just telling God, like, man, I just want to kill myself. Like, please, if I kill myself, please, will you forgive me? I don't want to go to hell. I don't want to be left behind. There's just nothing you can do. You're trapped here. For whatever, in my mind, it's like whatever sick purpose, God is probably up there laughing, enjoying heaven. You know what I mean? And it's like, and then I think in my head, like, how can I exist with him for eternity? How can I exist with God for eternity? And then I'm like, I feel bad for the angels because they have to deal with this forever. So yeah, I mean, I'm just being honest with you guys. I'm just being transparent. And I even get mad because I've posted so many dreams and none of these other channels share the dreams, right? I see other dreams, they're like thousands and thousands of views. I see these people every single day on their channel posting videos, and people are flocking to it. And it's just like, I can't even do this right. I can't even be a Christian the correct way. I can't even lead people to Christ. When I'm talking about I'm a failure in life, that I fail at everything, I fail at everything. I can't even have people watch. I can't even inspire people through videos that I post. I couldn't tell you how many my YouTube channels have been shut down, just completely deleted for no reason. You know what I mean? So I have to keep starting new channels, but I get hated on every channel I go to. I don't even comment anymore. I can't express myself and have fellowship with other Christians because anytime I post something, I'm attacked. So I put praying hands. And the only reason I put praying hands is so if I ever go back and watch the video again, which I do, I'm like, oh, I've already watched this video. Okay, well, I guess I'll listen to it again. You know? So I just put the praying hands on every channel. So I'm like, all right, I'll watch this one. Sometimes I don't even do it because I don't even care. You know what I mean? There's days where I'm like, I can't, like I spend my life in the Word, you know, all day long, every day, and I get burnt out on that because it's just like if you're not having success, if you're not having fellowship, if you're not having acceptance or love from fellow Christians in the Christian community, what's the point of existing? Because you don't fit in anywhere. You're rejected by Christians. I grew up being rejected. I'm Hispanic, and Hispanics don't deal with me. I'm Mexican, American, really, but my dad was born in Mexico, and my mom's side of the family is from Honduras and Guatemala area. And Mexicans treat me funny, and they laugh at me. Even and my whole life when I was trying to speak Spanish, they just laughed at me. Just it doesn't matter where I go. It's just constant bullying, constant people cracking jokes and making fun of me. My whole life has been like this. I hate it here. I hate it. But I have such a strong love for people who go through that too. Mainly the special needs community. Mainly people that have handicaps. I identify with them on the level it just makes me emotional because I know what they go through, because I go through it even though I don't have those type, you know what I mean? Like I don't have a visible, disability or anything like that. And I don't even like using that word really. Any word that they use, I just don't really like that because they're just the best people in the world to me. Good hearts and just pureness. Anyways, to get to this dream, um, my life is I'm probably gonna be homeless soon, right? So I'm like, well, I guess that's what you want, God. You want me to be homeless because I'm not having luck anywhere. And everybody's like, oh, all these jobs are hiring, all these jobs. Well, they're not hiring me because I've submitted hundreds of applications, talked to hundreds of people on the phone, done Zoom meetings, done interviews, even going on interviews, like you got to pay for parking, and it's just a mess. Like nothing is working out for me. So, Wilbur 630, Strong's Concordance says to set free, release. I don't even know. You go down more. The definition says to set free, release. The usages: I release, let go, send away, divorce, depart, away from. Again, I don't know how to take that. Is it good? Is it bad? But this is the dream. So I couldn't tell you what was going on in the dream. It just, I don't know. But I know I was following a guy and a girl. I guess they were my friends or something. We walked into this school. Didn't even click at that point, even though people are having all these school dreams. Sorry, I'm also sick. yeah, that happened, So to add on to everything else, I had to work in the rain yesterday, and some weird stuff happened at this new job I'm at. Just, man, I just feel like it's on purpose. I feel like it doesn't matter where I go, and I got to go there again today and deal with these people. And they set me up so bad yesterday. I think they're trying to get me fired. Like, they just gave me all these wrong orders. And my boss, I don't know, man. It's just crazy. Like, being an independent contractor, they do all this stuff to make you work for free. And I can't afford it right now. Like, when people ask me to do stuff for them, I try to do it. But anyway, let me get back to this dream. So, I walk into this building, like, talking to this guy and this girl. I don't remember what we're talking about or whatever. I start seeing these this gallery of these huge, the whole wall, every wall in this building had these huge paintings, I guess. I don't even know. I don't want to say they're paintings. They're just pictures. And I just remember gold and glass. Gold and glass. It's like a gold frame with the glass, and then the pictures themselves had like gold in them. And I don't know, I can't describe this type of art. I don't know if it's like metal art, like an embossing type of thing. To where like they press the image and it kind of gives it that 3D effect, like where like you could probably put your hand on it and feel like the whole picture with your hand. But it was kind of like that. And I'm just seeing bits and pieces, and then I'm realizing like this is a church school or some type of school devoted to religion. And I keep seeing, Jesus. I know it's Jesus. So like one is like maybe I can't remember. I should have just recorded as soon as I woke up, but I had to blow my nose and yada yada and take some vitamins and make a smoothie and just I'm sick. So no weapon formed against me shall prosper in Jesus' name. But and it actually cleared up right before I hit the record button. Like my nose became unstuffy a little bit. A little bit. But I'm seeing like I don't know, I'm just seeing like Jesus's ministry, I guess. Like I was just seeing bits and pieces of the Bible like in these pictures. Huge pictures, right? And I'm just looking and I'm, walking around. I'm like, man, this is beautiful. So whoever they were, they kept walking and talking. And I'm just like, I'm not even in that conversation. I'm just amazed by this artwork. And I love art. Like my dad was an artist. He made signs for a living. And so I appreciate the craftsmanship because my dad, that was his profession, and I was a little baby sitting in my car seat next to my dad's ladder while he was working. You know what I mean? Like my dad kept me with him when he worked. And me and my dad had a really tight relationship more than any other of my siblings because it was just me and my dad at first. I didn't meet my sister till I was like 6. So there's a good chunk of my life where it was just me and my dad in the beginning of my life. And at the end of his life, it was just me and him. And I don't know, I just don't feel like my siblings appreciated my father the way that I did. But I became an outcast in my family, and my dad outcasted me for a long time and had a way better relationship with them than me. But anyway, I guess it's all symbolic, right? So I'm looking at this craftsmanship, and I'm seeing like it's like silver and gold, like just really nice, shiny silver, almost a little foggy in certain areas, right? Like how that type of craftsmanship is, and I guess that's the word for it. I don't know. My mind's all boggled. But I'm just looking at it, so I'm like looking at the pictures, and each picture is like representing parts of Jesus's life. And I remember seeing him in full armor and a crown, and I remember seeing this one for sure, the full body of armor. And I'm like, oh, because I put this on every day. So I'm like, the belt of truth, the breastplate of righteousness, the feet of peace, the helmet of salvation, the shield of faith, the sword of the spirit, the garments of vengeance, and the cloak of zeal. Something like that. But I know, like, I got down to it. I'm like, this is actually 8 pieces of armor. Because I know most people quote 6. And I don't know, 6 just rubs me the wrong way. I saw 66 books in the Bible, and it's just like, man, yeah, we just happen to be 66.6 million, whatever from the sun. And I don't know, man. They're like, well, God creates 6 too. So I don't know. I'm not going to get into all that. But I just don't like the number 6. So, I remember seeing that painting, or not painting, that piece of art, going through these hallways, and then I noticed the art changes. So now where I'm at, it's not the gold and silver and like with the, with the frame, the gold frame and the gold and silver, the gold and metal for the actual art with the glass in front of it. It's different. And I'm still kind of like following my friends, but I'm like trailing behind them. I'm not in their conversation. I'm just in my mind, just like appreciating all of this. And my mind's definitely thinking about Jesus and all of this. And, I'm talking to them, I'm trying to get them to like, look at this, look at that. And we're going through the hallway, and weird things are happening. I don't know, like other kids are walking in, and conversations, just all these distractions. I'm just trying to stay focused. And I see a picture with all these clothes on the ground. Just see clothes on the ground. And I'm like, yes. I'm like, I told y'all, that's the rapture. That's the rapture right there. And they're like, what? What are you talking about? And I'm like, that's the rapture. That's the pre-tribulation rapture. And I'm like looking, and I'm pointing, and I'm trying to get their attention. And they're like, what? And I'm like, give me the Bible. I'll show you right now in the Bible. I'm going to show you exactly where it's at. Just give me the Bible. I can't think of the verse in my head, but if you give me the Bible, I'll find it. I promise. I know where to go. I'll find it in Thessalonians or Corinthians. Like, I'm going to find it. Just give me the Bible. And so we're walking and we're looking, and now we're at like the last hallway where there's double doors at the end, and the exit sign or whatever. And that's where I'm pointing at the top where that rapture is. And then as soon as I start talking about that, this figure comes in that looks like Jesus, but I know it's not Jesus. I know he's the Antichrist, right? And and it was like almost like he came through. I don't want to say he came through the doors. It looked like he came out of the picture. Like he came down and came out of the picture. And there was somebody on the ground with like, I don't know if this was in the picture or the hallway. I just can't remember. But whatever it was, I know I was looking at the picture, and now this guy's standing and moving in front. And I know he's acting like he's Jesus, and I know he's not Jesus. I know he's the Antichrist. And the person that's on the ground is a woman, and she's on her knees and she's got her hands up. And then he like reaches down and grabs her in an inappropriate spot, and just tries to just tries to destroy the whole dream and defile the whole imagery there. And I woke up. So that's what the enemy does. He destroys everything. You know what I mean? And like I said, I woke up. I'm laying in bed for a second. Cause I'm like, I know I'm awake, but I don't want to wake up, and I'm just reflecting over the dream. Maybe for a couple minutes. So I got 2 clocks. I got my dad's clock, which is like it shoots like a laser on the wall, and you can see the clock on the wall or wherever you point it at. It shoots like a red laser. said 6:30. And then I got my phone, and my phone said 6:32. So either way, if I was laying in bed for about 2 minutes or whatever before I looked at the clock, it made sense that it was probably about 6:30. So that's what I looked up in Strong's, and it says the set free release. And then it also says what divorce or whatever, or sent away for the usage. So I guess all that kind of makes sense with the dream. People can interpret it how they want. I'm not going to give a breakdown on it. I think it's kind of self-explanatory, but yeah, there it is.